Hey friends, welcome back to Truthatude. My name is Lindsey Servin. If you are returning to the channel, thank you so much for watching and your continued support. If you are new to the channel and we haven't met yet, thank you for checking it out. And I'm Lindsey Servin. I put out videos every week talking about confidence and the different issues we face as women when it comes to building and maintaining our self-confidence. So today I wanted to talk about something that is rarely discussed in the self-improvement world, but first I need to take a sip of my tea. And I have a question for you, all you beauty gurus out there. I'm trying brown eyeliner for the first time and I don't know how I feel about it. So let me know what you think in the comments below, because I don't know if I'm gonna stick to this brown eyeliner. Anyway, so today I wanted to talk about healing before you're actually able to grow. Now, we all know that it is super easy to push ourselves when we feel like we're on top of the mountain, when things are going well in our life, we have great friendships and our relationship is working and we're loving our job and we feel like our healthiest self. But what happens when you're in the valley? When things are not going that well and you're frustrated and you're just having a hard time pushing through? It begs the question, should we be pushing ourselves through, or is this a time for reflection, recovery, healing? That there's not a lot of discussion about this, making sure that you are healed before you push yourself to grow. We all know, right, that you can't run a marathon with a broken leg, right? That's common sense. But this applies to your life too. So if you're in a space where you've been working towards something for a really long time or pursuing a goal for what seems like forever and you're feeling frustrated because of the lack of movement or the lack of progress, maybe there's some healing that needs to be done before you're in a space to really push yourself or to grow. So a lot of people ask me, why did I pack up my life and move to Florida on a whim? Was I chasing a guy? Was I running away from a guy? Was I running away from some problem in my life? And honestly, at that time, I didn't know what I wanted or why in particular I was going. I just knew that I needed something different. I didn't know what it was or how it was going to work out. I just needed something else, just something else. When I first got to Florida, I thought that I was going to be pursuing my dreams and creating this big, glamorous new life for myself, and the first couple of years were really hard. I felt like I was rowing against the tide and I was fighting. I was fighting and fighting and fighting, and I realized that the first couple of years was not meant for me to be in this extreme growth mode. What I realized after looking back was that this was supposed to be a time of healing for me. We use distractions as a way to avoid addressing hurt, as a way to avoid looking at things in our life that need repair or need attention. And this was definitely my case when I moved to Florida. Tea time. So when I moved to Florida, I was recovering from a devastating breakup with this guy who I found out was living a double life. He was playing house with this other woman and her child. And shortly after that, I had a major cancer scare and surgery, and I was healing from that. And so when I came to Florida, I didn't have a job. I was struggling to support myself, and I was really not in a space to deal with all of this hurt that I had built up inside me, the trauma from my childhood, the most recent events that were so devastating. And so what I did was I distracted myself, and I distracted myself with something that came easy to me, and that was dating. Now, I say that dating is easy, but it's not. It was easy for me then because my standards were so low. I was just seeking comfort and seeking distraction and anything that would keep me from having to get my life together and get my shit together and deal with the real hurt that had been so deep in me. It wasn't until I realized that I really needed to take some time out. I needed to take some time and some space to actually heal before I was ready to sort out what I wanted to do and to really push myself and go for it. Once I took on some of my demons and sorted out a little bit of the hurt and started addressing some of the wounds, things really started to fall into place, and I felt stronger, I felt healthier, and I was able to really look at my life with clarity and figure out what I wanted to do, and felt strong enough and confident to experiment with some different things and really push myself to go for it and to create a life that I really truly loved. This was not easy. It took me a long time, and as I mentioned, dating was a distraction for me, and I had low standards, and so I met all the wrong guys, and I stayed in a very toxic relationship for way too long. But once I kind of unraveled and snapped the hell out of it, I was able to really take some time to heal, and a lot came up for me that I was not expecting. I healed from past relationships. I started to dive into the childhood trauma that I had and dealing with my family issues, and once I started to really allow myself the time and the space to heal, progress really started to happen. I was able to find a fabulous job and to get my own place and to make some really incredible friendships and start dating some really wonderful men that were really on par with the standards that I wanted for myself. I really did go from surviving to thriving. I went from healing to growing. And I bring all of this up to say that life is seasonal. Some seasons are meant for major growth mode, and you're in the heavy grind and you're pushing yourself and you're working towards those goals. But equally important are the seasons in our life that are meant for healing and recovering and recuperating and facing some of those demons and addressing some of those wounds. We are seeing this right now in the midst of this pandemic. We have all been impacted and devastated in so many different ways, and we cannot make the mistake of jumping right back into growth mode if we don't take the necessary time to heal from this. And some facets of our society have created this idea that taking a time out is weak, but it's not. Any great athlete knows that you have to fully recover from an injury or a setback before you can get back in the game. How many instances have we seen where people continue to push through and cause irreparable damage? This happens in life too. This is what burnout looks like. This is how addictions are triggered. So if you're pushing yourself to grow before you really healed some aspect of your life, this could be the root of the frustration or the lack of progress. It's time to really take stock of what's happening in your life. How are your relationships, your career, your physical health? And really determine and ask yourself, is this really a good time to push myself? Or is this a time for recovery, for healing? Now, this is not an excuse or a free pass for you to give up on your goals or to stop pursuing your dreams or to just be on the slackies indefinitely, okay? But you have to be super honest with yourself. Do you need a time out? So be gentle and be kind and set yourself up for greatness and for growth, and take some time to heal. You've got to heal before you grow. I really hope that this video touched you, and if it did, please make sure to like it, give it a big thumbs up. If you're new to the channel and you haven't subscribed and you want to see more content like this, be sure to hit that subscribe button. You can even hit the notifications bell so that you never miss a video. I put out videos every week about confidence and all the different issues related to building confidence and maintaining confidence. I genuinely appreciate you guys watching. Thank you so much. If you want more content like this, you can always head over to the blog, Truthatude.com. I will leave a link in the description box for you guys to check that out. You can also follow me on social media. I'll leave the links in the description box below. So before I wrap this up, I want to ask you guys a question. Is there something in your life that maybe needs a little bit of healing? You can leave me a comment or you can always send me a private message. I love to hear from you guys. Your questions are amazing, so continue to send those through, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. Thanks again for watching, and always stay true to the Truthatude. Ciao! Don't mind my dog in the background. So I rent... Head over to Did I say anything else?